You're listening to two Bible teachers. Each one claims he's teaching the Bible, but they totally disagree. How can you tell if someone is really teaching the Bible? Hi, I'm David Daniels from Chick Publications, and here are 5 flags to look out for. Does he switch from the King James Bible to another version in order to prove his point? Red flag. Does he switch to what he claims is the Greek or the Hebrew meaning in order to prove a point that is not clear in the text itself already? Red flag. Does he claim the King James is translated wrong here when it disagrees with his personal teaching? Red flag. Does he completely disregard the regular meaning in favor of a spiritual one without ever showing how that's justified to leave the literal meaning from the text itself? Red flag. Or does he simply summarize Bible teachings and never actually get around to reading the scripture itself? Red flag. The rule is simple. If the plain sense makes sense, don't seek another sense. May I give you a quick example? In Luke chapter 10 is the story that is called the Good Samaritan. For 32 years I've been taught that the priest and the Levite didn't help the poor man who was wounded because they didn't want to soil themselves and become unclean to perform their temple obligations in Jerusalem. Is that what the text says? Let's check. Luke 10:30, and Jesus answering said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves. He went what? Up or down? Down. Directions in the Bible are to be taken literally. But Jerusalem is over 2,500 feet above sea level, and Jericho is 820 feet below sea level. You have to go down 3,400 feet from the one to the other. Verse 31 says, and by chance there came down a certain priest that way. Verse 32 says, and likewise a Levite. They weren't going up to Jerusalem, they're going down to Jericho. In other words, both the priest and the Levite had fulfilled their temple obligations. They didn't have to worry about being unclean to do them and had no excuse for not helping that half-dead, wounded man. Look what you need. You need what God said, the way God said it, word for word with the meaning God intended. That's called formal equivalence. You need God's words preserved through history by faithful men using formal equivalence in the King James Bible. Don't accept anything less. That's how you can tell if a person's really at least attempting to teach from the Bible. God bless you and have a wonderful day.